Right. Right. Yeah. Let me see if I can do it a little bit. You going to get on the Sibian? You're going to get on the Sibian, right? Right. No, said Robin, I think she'll get on the Sibian when she gets up here. She's so uptight. This week on Radio Labyrinth, we talk about lanterns. Not lights, but the show Lanterns, which is about Green Lantern. Rest in peace to Frank Beard from ZZ Top and Hayden Panettiere from Nashville and Heroes. And also, will Howard Stern be retiring at the end of his contract? We don't know, but we'll talk about it this week on Radio Labyrinth. I just discovered a new show. It's new to me, and it's probably been around for a while, and it's not something that I would be opposed to listening to because I like this person. But Chris Jericho has a podcast called Talk is Jericho. Is that new, relatively speaking?
I don't think so. I think that's been going for a while.
Yeah, it has. Okay. So, okay. Well, I didn't know. I would recommend, I guess, that you check out a recent one with Robert Romanus. You know Robert Romanus, right?
Yeah, from Fast Times.
Yeah, he's Mike Damone.
Oh, the scalper.
Scalper? Did you call me a scalper? Listen, gentlemen, I perform a service here, and the service costs money.
Yeah.
Hey, Red, I found your wallet. Do you want to
Hey, you got a pool?
I think I came. I gotta go, Stacy. Well, do you think she had more fun with him or the stereo salesman who had sex with her?
I think she had a rough time with both of them.
Yeah, she lost virginity to that guy, and then Damone was a Minuteman.
Yeah, and he left his socks on inside of the pool house.
A lot of guys in the early 80s didn't take their socks off during sex because you get hot and heated and say, hang on, let me take my socks on. No, you leave them on. Speaking of things that are no longer relevant, like CDs, Howard Stern, I would say that he is not relevant as a radio entertainer anymore, but he's still relevant. He still does interviews with people and he still makes the news. But there's been speculation all summer long. His company, Sirius Satellite Radio, Sirius XM, fired a ton of people. Most notably, some recent hires. His head writer, Benji Bronk, was let go. Mehmet Walker, John Blitt, Mike Trainer, Howard 101, the archival channel that they let people go there. So he doesn't come back until after Labor Day. Howard doesn't. And he's going to be doing one show a week. Now, let's not forget that this man is in his 70s. He sort of missed the bus. He could have done this 10 years ago. He could have said, you know what, Robin, I'm not going to do the Daily Show anymore. I'm going to let everybody go. We're just going to do a podcast. That's what we're going to do. But no, he went out and said podcasts are stupid. I'm not going to do podcasts. And look what happened. The same thing that's happened to terrestrial talk radio, I might add, except for certain people. But the podcast world is passed him by, right?
I would say most of the people who started podcasts in the first place were fans of Howard's, at least the structure they based off of his anyway.
Listen, this is all pre-America's Got Talent. I think America's Got Talent, when he hosted that, I remember watching that season thinking, oh, this is going to be great. He's going to be real Howard. But he wasn't. He was nice Howard. He was not the Howard Stern that you expected from the radio show. And I get why. For whatever reason, he didn't want to do that. And then that also made his show a little nicer, and he had to start being nice to people. You can't, make fun of, everything changed culturally in the 2010s, and it happened to him. And, of course, he angered a lot of his fans who liked Trump because he used to like Trump, and he had Trump on his show all the time, and then all of a sudden he hated him. So whatever the social ramifications of that were. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the man is 72 years old. I expect him to keep Robin and Fred and Gary Baba Booey, and he didn't fire Sal and Richard, who were both very funny, talented prank phone call guys. But how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it every day at that age?
Well, they're saying that after his 3-year contract's up, that's going to be it.
Yeah, but that's my point about these stories that you see in the news. He hasn't addressed any of them yet. No one from the show has gone on the record of saying that. And it's just all speculative. Hey, I think a lot of it could be stories being leaked so people are talking about Howard, or maybe there's people who don't like him are leaking all these stories. But
I think people are saying also that the Howard 101, the archival channel that just plays old shit, is not getting any ratings.
It's not. Well, I'll tell you why, because he doesn't play stuff that people want to hear. And if you want to hear all that stuff, it's on YouTube. You want to listen to every single Eric the Midget. I mean, they changed his name to Eric the Actor, but there's Eric the Midget, Wendy the R Word, Gary the R Word. You know, he became Gary the Superstar. I forgot what they call Wendy. But these whack packers and stuff. Plus, there's a lot of arty stuff that's gone. A lot of Gilbert Gottfried stuff that they don't play. And the show ran from the 1985 really all the way up. And I don't know if they have any NBC stuff. But if Howard were to take all of his bits, every single thing, and say, fuck, I don't care about the content. I'm not going to worry about people getting mad for things that you can't say now, and put it for sale someplace where people could just subscribe like Phil Hendry does with all his bits, people would buy it, and he could still make a ton of money off of all that shit. But anyway, yeah, 101, people don't listen. So, you know, I'm sure that he's going to end. What's he going to do? Maybe he should just do, after he's done with his podcast, I mean, after he's done with his serious run, he should just do a podcast. Just do a podcast at his house.
Well, I was going to piggyback off of what you were saying, like his old bits and stuff. Like, he acts so hard like he's not the guy that's throwing baloney at a girl's ass.
He threw meatballs at
or
women's
not
asses.
doing like Butterface. Right?
Yeah. Or
like
Robin,
that's,
she did the boob job,
like
Robin.
he's acting like he just he's not he's got like some kind of moral superiority, and he does not. He doesn't. Right. And that's okay. That's okay. Like, just be who you are, and if you want to make money, put those bits out there, I guess.
I think he was just trying to survive the climate that
Oh no, I get that. Yeah. No, I totally get that.
I give him a pass for that stuff, because all that stuff that he did made me laugh. It made a lot of people laugh.
Oh yeah,
and not just white people. Okay, he had you don't have the numbers he had on terrestrial radio with just a white audience and just men. So he had a very diverse audience. He had men, women, many different races and stuff, where they loved his show. And if you ask people why, and it wasn't because, well, he has women up and they take off their tops, or he does this and that. Most of the time it was because he's real and he sticks his finger up at authority, you know?
Yeah.
I think his second wife mellowed him out a little.
Yeah, that too. But he was still doing gross stuff on satellite when he was with Beth. I remember he had the transition from CBS to satellite radio to Sirius. That was when he first met Beth. So he would have Tommy Shaw from Styx on, and he was having these people write songs about her. Because I went for a couple of years listening to every show every day and taping it when I lived in southern Pennsylvania. And then I moved to Atlanta and I couldn't get it for a couple of years, and I started buying CDs from people with real media files on them and listening to those. And I bought these on eBay, and I still have some of them. And then when it got to the point where people were doing torrents of the show, I would get the torrents. And then for a while, I actually paid for satellite. And then I found a way to get them for free, so there's no point in that. Because I felt weird paying for satellite radio when I worked in regular radio. But anyway, I don't know. She did mellow him out, but
the big problem is not giving the middle finger to authority anymore.
But he is the authority.
He is the authority. That's the problem. He became the authority that he was always trying to fight against. And
right. Right. Yeah. Let me see if I can do it a little bit. You gonna get on the Sibian? You're gonna get on the Sibian, right? Right. No, so Robin, I think she'll get on the Sibian when she gets up here. She's so uptight. Later on, we're going to have Rosie O'Donnell in here, and she's going to sit on the Sibian. She's going to Robin. She's going to Robin. I've been a fan, and I appreciate all the laughs. I still listen to old bits. You know, I haven't listened to this one in a while, and then 4 hours later, I look up, I got to go to bed.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if he stops in 3 years.
No, I wouldn't either. Stop. Enjoy the last couple years of your life, bro.
Yeah. He'd be 75 then.
Yeah. Anyway, Jeff, you're right. He will retire and he'll go away. And I hope that he keeps on taking care of Robin because she's beaten cancer a couple times. I always loved Robin, and I've been a fan of that show now since 1986, 1987. As soon as I had heard
Robin could definitely do a podcast on her own.
Yeah. Robin almost left the show to do The View.
Yeah.
And she would have been great on The View, I think. She would have been great doing anything, but she did what she loved, and she stayed there, so good for her. Radio Labyrinth is also brought to you by the Punchline Comedy Club in Sandy Springs, Georgia, tucked inside the legendary Landmark Diner. The Punchline is Atlanta's longest-running premier comedy nightclub. Get yourself a nice meal, have a couple of drinks, make sure you tip your wait staff, and satisfy any cravings you have while you are laughing. This weekend, August 21st and 22nd, Caleb Synan, why didn't we have him on? August 23rd, Connor King. August 27th through the 29th, John Heffron returns on. He's always a very funny comedian to see live. And then August 29th, DJ Demers. The 4th through the 6th of September, I believe that would be Labor Day weekend, Mark Vieira. And September 10th, Eric Eaton. Go to punchline.com for tickets and information, and to see all the shows. Did everybody watch Lanterns?
Yeah.
Similarities to what? Not any superhero show. What the DC universe has done is redefine the genre. You had The Sopranos with the Penguin, a little bit.
I would say this is closer to the second season of True Detective.
Oh, come on, it's good. So it's not close to that one.
No, just structure-wise. That's how they're playing it, where you're seeing 3 different timelines intertwined throughout the season.
A little misdirection. Spoiler alert. I think that there's misdirection at the end of the episode, right? They didn't really kill Hal.
I mean, he's dead in 2026.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has to be dead.
They have those backups of him.
Could it be Parallax?
Yeah.
Yeah, or a Manhunter.
Yes, which we don't know, but it was a good. Listen, I put it on. I didn't watch any reviews. I didn't watch any comment or any people who had seen it. No spoilers. I've been looking forward to it because so far I've liked the DC stuff the most on TV, and I really enjoyed it. And then of course today they all hate it. All the Critical Drinker, and they go, oh, it's crap. I don't like it. Blah blah blah. I'm not a big fan of Damon Lindelof at all.
Me either.
I thought The Watchmen was horrendous and stupid, but I think this show's good. I thought the structure was good. I didn't think that there was any messaging in it, overt messaging. There's a little, but who cares? You're not going to be able to watch anything these days without that being in it, for the most part. But it didn't distract me from it. But the acting is really good. I don't know how the haters can say. Jeff, you're the biggest Green Lantern fan I know, and you always have been as long as I've known you. What did you think?
Yeah, I liked it.
When is Guy Gardner going to show up?
Yeah, he shows up in the season.
Yeah,
if you watch the come in the season thing at the end.
Yeah,
awful hair.
Who?
Guy Gardner.
He'd be the Green Lantern from Superman.
Yeah,
Superman.
And
Nathan Fillion, right?
Yeah,
I hope he has the same haircut.
He does.
Okay,
that character always had that haircut. But he, what's crazy is to know that in Superman, when Guy Gardner was Green Lantern, he had Hal's ring.
Oh, we did.
One of the creators was talking about on the podcast, but they were like, yeah, during Superman, when he uses the ring, that's Hal's ring that he's using.
So where's Jon Stewart in that?
That he hadn't had it yet. That's the way the time jumps, I think, is really going to be more important. And just like True Detective did, you'll get the beginning of the show and the end of the show in the first episode, but then you'll have the entire season to explain those two things.
Yeah.
And just like True Detective always did. So that part I like about it. I thought the acting's great. I thought it was cool. There's so many No Country from Old Men actors in it, both the sheriff and her husband.
I love what's our buddy from that we met him. We met him once at a Comic-Con. Garrett Dillahunt. He's the bad cowboy guy. overall, pretty good cast. Let's talk about some trailers that are out now. New trailers: Avengers 5, Doomsday. Their official trailer number 2 came out. The Avengers are colliding with heroes from different universes as Dr. Iron Man. Dr. Doom is the central threat in Marvel's next giant multiverse event. The Russo brothers return to direct with the Avengers, Fantastic Four, and X-Men characters are all in the mix. That comes out.
Why would they pay him so much money to not show his face?
Kind of like Carl Urban did the same thing with Dredd.
Dr. Doom doesn't show his face.
Oh, they could have got anybody.
Well, you meant kind of like a Mandalorian thing where you could have anybody in that costume.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted to keep making that Marvel money, didn't he? It's another damn Avengers movie, but it looks pretty good. I guess we'll all probably see this one.
But, like, are they going to see his face and be like, holy cow?
No, they're not going to see his face.
No.
Unless it comes off at the end. But Dr. Doom was disfigured. He didn't take his helmet off or his face mask off.
I'm with Jeff. Why is he playing Dr. Doom?
Listen, all you got to do is go watch the breakdown of Secret Wars from 1984, and you'll find out all these things yourself.
Okay, I'll do it.
I want to talk about VisionQuest, because VisionQuest is the next in the trilogy of Vision shows. This is going to be on TV. And Vision has gone into hiding after escaping people who want to turn him into a weapon, and because Ultron is back. And so is James, what's his face?
Spader.
James Spader.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going to be on Disney Plus, in 2 months, October 14th. Turning Point, here's a couple of things that are going to be on Netflix. Turning Point Generation 9/11. It's 25 years after 9/11. Dive back into that.
Is it a comedy?
Yes, it is. It is a comedy, yes. And Osama bin Laden is played by Lupita Nyong'o. If you're not into, being maudlin, you can watch Untold, Mr.T, I Pity the Fool, the stories of Lawrence Turode before he became Mr. TV, his journey from Chicago to becoming one of the most instantly recognizable personalities of the 1980s before he laughed as Hulk Hogan choked the Bills. Anyway, I loved Mr. T, so I'm probably going to watch that.
Yeah. I'm going to watch that VisionQuest just to see Vision wrestle Cooch.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too. Was it Cooch or Gooch?
Cooch.
Cooch, that's right. The Gooch was the bully on Different Strokes, but Cooch is the guy that was in VisionQuest, which is a good movie, an underrated movie. Ronnie Cox, baby. The biggest news in entertainment for me this past week has been the sad news that this should have been Who Died. Columbia House is finally going away. Columbia House, you used to be able to get the TV guide and put a penny on this little card.
If you would have paid them that money that you owe them, they probably wouldn't have gone out of business.
Yeah, they'd still be around, Tim.
All my fault, but my mom did get the 8 tracks, I remember. And then I remember she stopped and she started getting the billing letters. And then I got the cassettes in high school, 12 cassettes for $1 or whatever it was. Never paid. They never scared me. I get the letters. Ooh. And then in college, I started getting the CDs. And then we figured out a way to scam them by putting someone else's name on them and sending them to an address where nobody lived. Leave them there. We go get them. And I kept doing it. And then this was after 2010 because my dad had moved to Georgia. So I'm thinking maybe between 2010 and 2015, my dad calls me and goes, hey, you got a call from, I don't know, Columbia House, or you owe them money or something? You ordered a bunch. Well, they want you to call them. They didn't know where you were. I didn't give them your number, but here's a number the guy gave me. So they had a skip tracer looking track these people down, and I called the guy and I went, hello, I'm Tim Andrews. You called my dad. Yeah, you have this outstanding debt. You owe Columbia House this much money, blah, blah, blah. I go, can you prove that I ordered the CDs? Or can you prove that I did this? Well, I mean, blah, blah, blah. But I go, do you have my social security number? Oh, well, I go, so you have no proof. I go, do you have video of me accepting the mail? And the guy's so defeated. He went, oh, and he hung up.
How much money do you owe them, Tim?
None now.
Millions of dollars.
$8,346.
In the mid-'90s, they had 16 million members, and they made about $1.4 billion in revenue annually. Nobody buys shit like that anymore. It did not survive streaming. So that's killed everything. But, the business model was pretty good. You give everybody 12 CDs for a penny, and then all they got to do is buy one every month. Well, in order to avoid getting shipped the Celine Dion Christmas CD that you did not want, you had to send a letter in and say, I don't want it. And you had to pick something else. But I always forgot to do that, so I get all the CDs, and then I wouldn't mail it back. I would just go sell it somewhere. Hey, it's your former president, George W. Bush. Atlanta Pizza and Euro is a family-owned, and I love that, restaurant in Conyers. And they've been serving the East Metro since 1983. They offer the best Greek and Italian specialties made fresh to order. Open Monday through Friday from 11 to 9, Saturdays from 12 to 9, and, of course, they're closed on Sundays, so you can go fishing with your family. Because I believe that the man and fish can coexist peacefully, and you should be able to put food on your family. They also got a food truck, so if you're interested in booking a food truck for a corporate or private event, please contact Mike at 770-483-6228. Thanks for listening to Radio Labyrinth and for all your continued support. Do you have commercial or residential construction printing needs? Sure, we all do. Well, what are you waiting for? Contact LDI Repro Printing of Athens. They've been in Athens, Georgia since 2005 with fast turnaround and affordable prices. Call 706-316-9366 or email them at athens@ldiline.com. Who died? We have to, say rest in peace to some people this week. Frank Beard, the drummer from ZZ Top, was 77 years old, and oddly enough, he never had a beard.
He was the only one named Beard.
Right.
So is it just Billy now?
Yeah.
Which is probably, I'll probably get shit for saying this, but it's probably how he wanted it to begin with.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Son of a bitch. How could you say that?
We canceled a couple of shows. I heard that on the news report. They've had to cancel a couple of shows. Does that mean he's going to go back out? Do they have a break glass in case of emergency, a ZZ Top drummer?
Well, they did for the bass player.
I know. They never.
That was like, what, a week? Less than a week?
I liked ZZ Top in the 80s, and I've seen them in concert a couple times. They put on a good show. But they're not a band where I'm going to go, oh, I wish I had all their albums so I could listen to them.
Yeah.
I will tell you, before the 80s, and I'm not knocking anything that they did in the 80s, but before the 80s, maybe you would have been like, they're a damn good band.
I guess because I worked for 96 Rock for a long time, and I used to listen to classic rock. Whenever I make a Spotify playlist of rock music and stuff, I never don't skip ZZ Top.
Growing up, my introduction to them was like, she's got legs. My dad loved those videos.
Those videos are great, but apparently those videos they all have the same formula. Legs is a little bit different, but it's a guy who, these guys, ZZ Top, they're a bunch of ghosts, and they control these three women who show up in a car and find like a loser guy, and they take him out on the road. He bangs all of them. They throw him out of the car, and then he gets to go out with whatever woman he was interested in. Sharp Dressed Man is, I do like that song a lot. I don't dislike their songs, by the way. They're not a band that like I'm super stoked about all it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like a lot of Rolling Stones songs, but I'm not a super fan of them. When
I got older is when I realized that there was more depth to them than
oh yeah,
got legs.
Jeff, what's that song Pearl Necklace about?
Yeah, Jeff, tell us.
About a necklace that's made out of pearls.
Yeah, they were a bar band, and one of the waitresses wore a pearl necklace. Anyway, rest in peace to Frank Beard. And for all you ZZ Top fans out there, don't come after me.
What about, what is it, Jesus Left Chicago? What about that song?
It's a good song. I'm not saying they're not a good band. They're just not. I'm not into them.
I get it.
I'm not into them at all. There's a lot of bands that are really, really good that I'm just not interested in. Like Jethro Tull. They're great. And I love the album Aqualung, but that's it. I like the song Thick as a Brick.
Aqualung song, yeah.
Sitting on the park bench. They named an album after Jeff.
Such a gross song. That is such a gross.
Why? Because he's a creep?
Keep doing the lyrics there.
Sitting on the park bench, eyeing little girls with bad intent, snot running down his nose, greasy fingers smearing shabby clothes. Oh, Aqualung. Do you still remember December's foggy freeze when the ice that clings on to your beard was screaming agony? Although the album has 2 really good songs on it. Mother Goose, good song. Locomotive Breath. All the songs on that album are really good. So maybe I'm saying that I do like Jethro Tull.
I think you do.
I'm a Tull head, yes. I love the flute thing in rock music. There isn't enough flute.
There's not enough flautists in rock music. Well,
Peter Gabriel
can't do it all, man.
No, but Peter Gabriel played flute in Genesis. Supper's Ready. Genesis is one of my favorite bands, low key. No cap. Is no cap right? Does that mean I'm not shitting you?
Yeah, that means you're not lying.
Yeah. No cap. I love Genesis. They slap.
I have a hard time telling people that Jethro Tull was not a member of the band.
What's that from?
Was it Hall Pass? One of those.
It was perfect. That was Owen Wilson, right?
Owen Wilson.
Yeah, that was great.
People would put the Jethro Tull in college radio. They would put Jethro Tull in the T's, and I would have to pull it out of the T's and put it in there. And there's this other band from the 80s, and somebody actually wrote on the album. It was Meet Something, right? Do you remember that? Oh, God, what was that 80s band? They sang Mary's Prayer.
It's Meet Danny Wilson.
Yeah. Meet Danny Wilson. Yes, we have to say also rest in peace and farewell to Hayden Panettiere. How do you say her last name?
Panettiere.
36 years old, this poor child passes.
So beautiful.
We'll never save the world now.
She won't save the world, and she'll never have another country album on the charts. I watched that show for a while, that country show.
Nashville,
yeah. Because my wife used to watch it, so I kind of got into it. I liked Connie Britton. I liked the whole, hey, we got a gay guy country. You know, they had everything. But I did like that show. And everybody liked the first season of Heroes, but they clearly had no plan for that show. Who?
Yeah, but she was so talented. I watched her since she was a kid.
Remember the Titans?
Remember the Titans? Ally McBeal. She was in Malcolm in the Middle, and she was so talented.
She had children with Klitschko, the boxer from Ukraine, and she signed over the custody to Klitschko. So
not long ago.
But he's like, my kids are going to know who their mom was, or my child is going to know who mom was.
Views. Or.
Snooze.
Jeff, real quick, please do views or snooze.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien Must Go comes back for season 3.
Oh, cool.
4 episodes.
It looks fun.
A hilarious show. The Simpsons is releasing a special episode only on Disney Plus called The Simpsons Yellow Mirror.
Ooh.
That comes out on the 26th.
Okay.
I think it'd be pretty good to watch.
Like their version
Take
of Black
off
Mirror.
On Black Mirror. Yeah.
That ought to be weird.
And then Jeopardy Masters starts this week on ABC. That's the best Jeopardy to watch, except pop culture Jeopardy.
Yeah, that's good.
But the Masters is the one where they get all the really good people.
Lizzie, did you know Jeff's dad tried out for Jeopardy? They wouldn't let him on because he knew too many answers.
He was too smart?
That's a true story.
Really?
Yeah, it was back when Art Fleming was the host.
Yeah, real.
Oh, wow.
They weren't looking for.
You're too smart. You can't come on here.
Yeah, they weren't looking for people to do like 5-day runs on it back then.
That's pretty cool.
Which his dad would have fucking won every day, I think.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some staff picks, shall we? Mine is the ultimate rock music debate between Rick Beato and Adam Reeder, also known as the Professor of Rock. It was just a fun watch. Adam Reeder, by the way, the Professor of Rock, is the king of annoying internet teases on YouTube. You never know what the fuck he's talking about unless you skip ahead. It's always
even when you skip ahead, you miss it. So you jump back and forth. Yeah.
So then you go to transcript and try to find it. But Rick Beato, if you're a music fan, is very cool. And I wish we could talk to him, but what would we talk to him about? I'd be too intimidated. But that's my staff pick. It's on Rick Beato's channel.
My staff pick is Reese Darby's stand-up special. It just premiered last night on YouTube, called 25 Years.
Is it new compared to when we saw him?
Yeah, it was all new. Oh. I watched it thinking I was going to see some stuff that we saw when we saw him, but no, there was none of that in there.
Awesome.
That's cool. Check that out. Let's see. My staff pick is I got the 4K version of Mars Attacks from Tim Burton.
Nice.
And it looks really good. It looks like...
We could start coming over to your house to watch shit.
Yeah.
I haven't really been watching anything this week, but I was going to say, just like enjoy your last month of summer.
I was trying to today at the pool, but you kept coming out there and bugging me.
Listen, I was just trying to get your phone bill taken care of.
Radio Labyrinth listeners, listen up. You can support Radio Labyrinth for the low cost of $5 a month. That's it. All we need is $5 a month. It's so nice to support people that you like. Or you could do $25 a month if you want to be a producer, but that's something else that's involved. Get 20, 30 people that listen to the show, doing that. It's nice. It helps us out, Lizzie can get her pool cleaned. Jeff can pay his cable bill. Dustin can buy another 4K video. And, I can get my son more, piano lessons. So just think of it that way. And we'll, all of that jazz. All of that jazz. So just very simple. Just go to patreon.com/Tim Andrews. And, you can also be, producing. We love you all. We love you all very much. Please remember to like, rate, and review wherever you listen. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, thumbs up, engage with each other, talk, comment, all that stuff. That tells YouTube that, you're watching it. And this is a show maybe they would want to share with other people. I don't know, right? I guess there's nothing else. I guess we'll just say, please keep it canon.
Keep it canon.
Say all good things come to an end.
What's that got to do with this show?
Lost in